This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for September 26, 2022. It's currently August 15, 2022, 9:59 p.m. The overall theme and behavior for the day, there's quite a bit of a bumping sideways along resistance, and that's mixed with a notable decline. Behavior around the high will have selling from overbought territory on RSI. They'll be profit taking. It looks like we have a pretty deep decline into the low. Either that or a pretty notable move higher out of the low, or both it could be. So let's look at it closer. I'm advised to trade around a sharp dip within a period of sideways rotation along a support level. We have a low correlation to the prior day's low, which didn't have a correlation that day. So there's a bit of a low. There could be a little bit of a trough here. And it looks like the rally that would there's some sideways, there's some volatility here, not necessarily bearish, but there's volatility here. It looks like a bit of a bullish volatility that wanes out right at the open. And then we have either a holding pattern here in the first half hour due to Congress, or there's a move higher followed by a full retracement back down. And then roughly between 10 and 11, we have a notable move to the upside from oversold territory, either that or to cover, to fill a previous gap down. That move higher continues, looks like into the middle of the day, where we have quite a bit of volatility. We meet a resistance level, a key resistance level on a one-day chart. Resistance level on a one-day chart, and there's a high and a low here midday. So we should see we meet a high from this rally, and then there's a trade opportunity there where we attempt to establish support. We'll be bumping along sideways along that new support, and then there's a sharp dip within that period of rotation there along that support level, which will bring us to another day's low here, roughly between 1 and 2. When we have that failed attempt to break through key resistance, followed by a decline through key support on a one-day chart. Between roughly 2 and 3, we have a move higher to retest a resistance level that, and it looks, people are expecting us to break out through that resistance level, but we don't. We fail to break through it, and in turn we actually turn around and decline pretty sharply around 3 o'clock. And then in the last hour, at some point out of the midst of that sharp decline, there's a move from the bottom of the range all the way to the top of a range. We revisit a price level that we saw early on in the day in the pre-market. We revisit it again in the right around the close. It would appear. There's a move higher to and through a resistance level, followed by a decline back down through that same price level shortly thereafter in the post-market. And the sneak preview card for the following day. That's a hard one to determine the price level. It's pretty mixed, so I'm going to leave it there. Interesting. Well, there's a unicursal hexagram showing up next week, so we'll get into this 27th is a unicursal hexagram, and you can see we have it right here. It's a cross congruency on the 1 month overview. It's a pretty strong, significant indication of a price level that will fall below in the midst of the next sharp decline on a multi-day chart, I mean. And that's the S&P 500 for September 27th, or excuse me, that's the S&P 500 for September 26th, 2022. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Most importantly, my friends, when you make money from that reading, pay a little bit of it forward, pay a little bit of it backwards in gratitude, and then the rest, that 90% you got left over, do what you got to do with it. Make sure it's out of love. When you make sure it's out of love, the universe is going to shower you back down in all directions, my friend. I'll see you on the next one.